Welcome back on this glorious and amazing day. Thanks for joining me of the 6 reasons why we cry, understanding tears. Today we will go a little bit off topic, which we spoke about last week about exchanging tears for something we're not comfortable to deal with, so we give an excuse. And I mentioned last week that I want to spend some time because this is where children get abused by awesome, good, loving, phenomenal, outstanding parents because they lack the knowledge. I'm going to give the first example. This is the second. Before I record, I had one, but this one came to me now, so I'm going to give the one that comes to me as I record. I'll give it to you the way it came to me. You have a child sitting by the dinner table, and this child does a lot of nagging. So you're already at your end wits, like you can't handle this child. Of course you love the child, but you can't because they're always crying and nagging. And suddenly everything is fine, things are peaceful. Oh, it's so hard to talk about. It happens so often. I feel the pain of all these children. That was tears of pain, not of emotion, tears of pain. Where the child begins to cry and the mother or father turns out, "Why are you crying again?" "She looked at me." "You know what? You are just impossible." "What? No one's allowed to look at you?" "You know what? Enough is enough. Go to your bedroom." Guys, I know this was done to all of us, but that moment, I am 90% sure, not only that girl, that boy's behavior of there's something going on, that was an exchange. A 4-year-old girl that gets molested won't come, "By the way, Daddy and Mom, I would like to spend some quality time. I got something so important to share with you. When is it that you could close your phone and listen to me?" "Okay, thank you for sitting there. Let me share with you an episode and let me describe to you. So-and-so yesterday, when I was in their house, told me that I should take off my underwear and they told me I shouldn't tell anyone. And they touched me and I didn't like it. I believe that is called molestation. And I would like to express the way I feel. I hope you guys understand me. And if you don't, listen to Isaac Wolowik's YouTubes on molestation, because he describes what goes on in the brain. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you will call authorities and this guy gets locked away, even though it's grandpa, or if it's mom or dad or uncle or older brother, or gets away. And the main thing is they get help, because I read somewhere that 80% of people that get molest others. Thank you so much. Can I give you a hug, Daddy and Mommy, for listening to me? If a story like this happens, it's going to be 1 in 5 million. It never happens. It doesn't always have to be molestation, but it could be something else. So this child now is really bruised emotional in the most horrific way because no one sees it. You bruise your arm, you're validated, you are taken to the hospital. There's x-rays being taken on your hand, and sometimes you get a cast, which only gets you so excited when you come to school and everyone's going to sign it and you get all the attention. Being bruised emotionally is beyond pain because no one could see it. And for a child, or even to a teen, or even for an adult, to be alone with this pain is horrific. So the body does the job. The body says, "Please help me." The body doesn't know. So the body starts annoying your sibling. Your body starts acting up in school. And basically, subconsciously, the body says, "Can you help me?" This is tears. This is, and I attached a little bit behavior with which is an exchange. That child, today that I know this information, if I would see a child cry, "She looked at me,"
That's not a red flag, but that's a huge red flag. But sometimes it's a tiny red flag. Sometimes it means the child is just tired. You'll find it in my videos and in my book that will be finished up hopefully by 2022 of why children misbehave, and I give a whole chapter on this. We exchange. The child might be tired. Instead of saying, I'm exhausted, I'm tired, I can't think straight, my body's not functioning, can you please put me to sleep? They will start crying that someone looked at them. So now you know, instead of emotionally, verbally, and sometimes even physically by grabbing them and throwing them out of the chair and throwing them out of the room, now you understand that something is bothering this child, and this child happened to exchange what's really bothering them. If it was molestation, if it was emotional pain, if it's neglect, if it's a certain fear, whatever it is. Yes, I know this is so confusing. We are complex. We don't always reveal what's going on. Not because we don't want to. Sometimes it's subconscious because we're scared. Most of the time because we know we will be rejected. Please join me next week and we will talk about the last and final, I believe we're up to number 6, of why we cry, why we tears, understanding tears. Thanks for joining. Have yourself a wonderful and delightful day. And I am still sad because the scenario I spoke about happens so often. I don't deal with little kids about it, barely. It's more with the 20, 30, 40-year-olds because I've seen hundreds and thousands of episodes through their life go wrong because of 1 or 2 of these episodes. Because then they think they're crazy, and then they know they're crazy, and that's why their life is really going in a bad direction, and you keep on traveling back and forth, back all the way to the beginning is because, yeah, they were crazy because they cried for no reason. But really, it was an exchange for something else that they couldn't even reveal. The second story, actually, that I'm reminded now that came to me before recording was I just watched a documentary from someone that was molested, and he started acting up in a way that actually his parents threw him out of the house. Because his parents didn't know how exchange works. They saw the external part. He's misbehaving, he's a brat, becoming a teenager, and all teenagers are terrible. Not. It's a lie. You wait till you read my book, Teenagers Are Good. That will be the second book I'm writing, even though I already have a third book, but this one will have to come first. Teenagers Are Good. And I'll show you their 10, 11 struggles they have and how to deal with them. And everyone told me I was wrong my entire life. My baby is now 21. And now finally I realized throughout my life, since I was a kid, I was right. Teenagers are good. But this poor guy got kicked out of his house because he exchanged the pain of molestation. And they couldn't handle him. Instead of realizing, like in my book, you'll read Why Children Misbehave. You'll realize the reasons. There's about 25 reasons, and I indicate each one because children and teens never ever misbehave. They're not brats. And the reason why you might disagree with me, because you're unaware of all of it, and I can't wait till I could print those books so you could read it, break it down. It's 300 pages, give or take a book, so there's a lot of details, and I can't give it to you in 8 minutes. Thanks for listening.